Hi all, it's Tuesday. Welcome to another Tuesday. I thought today we would do some grounding exercises. So I've got Sammy here. He's got his pet partner's vest on. So he's gonna help out a little bit. We'll see how long he can help out. It's very hot out here today. I'm sure you guys know wherever you're at. But let's go ahead and before you get started, what you're going to want are, you want to be in a place, like I've got bees all around me, so if I kind of move. So if you want to be someplace where you can see 5 things, because we're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 today. So you want to be in a place where you can see 5 things. You want to feel 4 things. So that means if you need to go grab some things to feel, you're thinking putty or a little toy to play with, or an animal, you need to grab a cat or a dog. 3 things to hear, 2 things to smell, and then 1 thing to taste. So go ahead, pause this here, and go grab those things. 5 things to see, 4 things to feel, 3 things to hear, 2 things to smell, and 1 thing to taste. All right. So first of all, I'm going to start off. Oh, and I forgot to say essential oils. So if you already paused and got all your stuff, go grab your essential oils too. All right, so we've got our essential oils, and go ahead and get to a place where you can be seated. Grab your essential oils, put some in your hands. Be smelling it. And go ahead and put a little bit on each foot. And we're going to give ourselves a little bit of a foot massage. So all of our nerve endings, they're down at our feet. So we're going to begin to wake up our minds or bring ourselves back to the present, wake up the body, bring ourselves back. And maybe starting at your heel. We'll start at the heel. And maybe the ankle a little bit. And then working to the arch of the foot. And then working up towards the ball of the foot, and then towards the toes. Just a quick nice little massage. And if this feels good, then maybe this is something that you should implement in your daily routine or in your grounding methods when you need to get grounded. Let's go ahead and switch feet. And if you need more oil, then feel free to use more oil. Start at the heel and the ankle, and work your way towards the arch and ball of the foot, and then those toes. Good. So maybe that brought you a little bit more present today. And again, all of these things are good to practice, even though you're like, I feel really good today. I may not need grounding. Practice this. It's good to practice. It's good to go through these 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, so that when you do have that panic attack, when you do have that anxiety, when you do have that flashback, it will be like second nature. You'll be able, okay, stop myself. What do I see? What do I hear? What do I smell? What do I feel? What do I taste? All right, so 5 things. So now we're looking around, 5 things that you can see, or maybe 5 things that you brought to see. So 5 things that you can see. I can see this giant lavender plant right here. I can see my dog right here. So again, you're seeing things to bring you back into the present. I can see the blue sky. I can see this bougainvillea bush right here. That was 1, 2, 3, 4. What else can I see? I can see a lot of things, but I'm trying to think of things that I don't normally. I see a beach towel just hanging there on the chair, a bright blue beach towel. So the things that I can see, the things that are bringing me back to the present. Now, 4 things that I can feel. So I can feel Sammy right here. I felt my feet. That brought me back to the grounding. I can feel the lavender. I can feel I'm sitting on some stones, so I can feel the stones beneath me. So there's the 3. Oh, and I brought some rocks out. I brought my rocks from the Sierras. So there's some, I can feel these too. So this is good too, to have reminders around, things that remind you, things that feel safe. Like these rocks from the Sierras, they always make me feel safe, always make me feel nostalgic, but also hopeful for the future, to keep going backpacking, that sort of thing. So, all right, so I've got my things to see and feel, and now to hear. I hear the birds. There are tons of birds. I hear Sam's panting because it's hot. I'm surprised that he's such a good boy. I'm surprised that we'll go in a minute, but you're a good boy. So I hear the birds, I hear him panting, and I hear somebody's lawnmower. And just to hear that. And to hear, not only do I hear birds, but I hear all different kinds of birds. All right, so we've got our 5, see, 4, touch, 3, hear, 2, smell. So I have my beautiful rose right here. This can also be, I forgot, this could also be a feel, because this has thorns, and so this could very much be something that could entirely bring you back to the present, is picking up the rose, feeling it gently, but recognizing that it's got the thorns, but it's got the beautiful smell. So there's that, and then of course I've got this giant lavender bush right here, and then I've got this lavender, and then my essential oils, I smelled those too. And then taste. Right now, our neighbors in the back, they have an apricot tree, but it's so heavy that a lot of the branches are over on our side. So thankful, and we have apricots. So good. So this is my taste today. And it's so good. There's nothing like apricots or fruit, like right off of your tree in your backyard. Just tastes different. Or maybe special, because it's right near you. Or maybe if it's warm, it's right off the tree. So, there's part of our grounding for today. Our 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, before, if you're feeling an anxiety attack, if your mind can't get to the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 yet, 3 deep breaths. So let's practice our breath. Let's go ahead and do our square breathing. So let's go inhale 4, hold it 4, exhale 4, hold it 4. You can use your arms here, or you don't have to. So let's inhale it for 4, 3, 2, 1, hold it for 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale it for 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold it for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's inhale it again for 4, 3, 2, 1, hold it for 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale it for 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, let's do that one more time. Inhale it for 4, 3, 2, 1, hold it for 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale it for 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. So another way to ground, I have a couple of different worksheets that I use with my small group girls, and this one is called Swallowed Anger, but I also use this, I take that off and I use this, where do you feel your feelings at? And grabbing some markers or some crayons, maybe drawing where you feel your feelings at, where you feel, and then maybe recognizing which feelings you are feeling and where you are feeling them at. So let's see, what am I feeling right now? I'm feeling a little bit of insecurity, because you guys know, like, this is super out of my comfort zone. Doing videos like this, being on the camera is, it's very intimidating, and it's very like, stressful in my mind just because of my own insecurities. So where am I feeling this at? And what color am I going to? I'm going to use red. Actually, I'm going to use pink. So let's see. I'm going to use pink, and I feel the insecurity like in my brain, I think. So I'm going to color my brain pink. And I also feel it a little bit in my neck. And in my face, forehead. So I just colored in where I was feeling my insecurities. What I'll do is I will try to get a link and put it in the description box down below so that you could print out this worksheet or something similar to it. I have a feelings worksheet too that is helpful too. I'll try and get those to where they are they can be copyright, or they're copywritten so everybody can use them. So I'll see if I can find something and put it in the description down below. But that's another way of grounding and of recognizing how you're feeling or what you're feeling or where you're feeling it at. Very important. And then finally today, last week, I really wanted to share this with you guys, but it's a little deeper and it takes a little bit longer to process through. So I was going to read this to you in pieces, but then I decided, well, I'm going to just be focusing on the grounding and talking today. So this is from Mary Evelyn Jegan, and it's from How You Can Be a Peacemaker. And it says, hunger in its stark and highly visible forms touches a chord in us because our own bodies, our own experience, enable us to relate in some way to the hungry. Our experience of God's goodness in our own lives, and in so much that we know of God's goodness to others, equally convinces us that we are not doomed to sit by hopelessly while we watch our hungry sisters and brothers die. Hunger, like poverty, which causes it, is not inevitable. We can make a difference. We can know a joy God intends for us, that of being both host and guest at the banquet of life. So this was pretty intense and pretty full. There's a lot attached to it. I think there's physical hunger attached to it, where we're seeing a lot of this and a lot of insecurity, a lot of physical hunger, food insecurity, that sort of thing, just because of the loss of jobs. And then it's getting to where people aren't having any income and they're not being able to feed their families. So hunger, in its stark and highly visible forms, touches a chord in us because we have our own bodies and our own experiences that it enables us to relate in some way to the hungry. Our experience of God's goodness in our own lives, and in so much that we know of God's goodness to others, it equally convinces us that we are not doomed to sit by helplessly while we watch our hungry sisters and brothers die. Hunger, like the poverty which causes it, is not inevitable. We can make a difference. We can know a joy God intends for us, that of being both host and guest at the banquet of life. So I encourage you today to kind of sit with that. If you need to pause this, rewind it, I'll actually write this in the description box down below too, just because it's very good, very good words. Going back to the feelings, what 5C, 4 feel. Today when I was running, I went through a bunch of stinging nettle, and I'm still stinging on my arm. So that's something that I feel right there. Can't really see what it did, but yeah, it's still stinging there. It'll probably be stinging there all yesterday. I did the same thing yesterday, and I got it on my leg, and it was stinging all day. So it's just that light sting, and then now I hear sirens. So again, find that awareness, that ease of awareness, and bringing yourself back to the present, back to center, back to where we are. Let's go ahead and do some more breathing. So let's inhale. We'll just do single breathing. Inhale it deep. And exhale it out. And inhale it deep. And exhale it out. And inhale it deep. And exhale it out. So today, as you've been doing the grounding, as you've been practicing the exercises, if feelings have come up that you recognize, wow, I haven't felt like this in a long time, or where are these feelings coming from, or maybe you're crying, or maybe you feel triggered, kind of maybe sit with that and be curious about it, not trying to fix it, but being curious of maybe where the root is at, being curious of what may have caused this, being curious of maybe you're tired, maybe you're actually physically tired, maybe you're mentally tired, maybe you're drained, maybe the pressure and the stress of the last months is very heavy on you. So recognizing, again, as you're like coming into your senses, as you're grounding yourself, things may come up that you weren't expecting, that were very surprising. And recognize that too, because I think that surprise is very important to recognize too. That surprise is that, wow, there is more to me than I knew. There is more to my feelings. There is more to my thoughts. I thought that I was able to control things and handle things. I thought I was doing well. And maybe you are, but something different is coming in. So that's our grounding for today. I want to encourage you and remind you that you are seen, that you are heard, you are valuable, you are important, you have a voice, and you have a choice. And remember, you cannot control the things that other people do, the things that other people say, but you can control how you respond to that. You can control how you process that. You can control when you get stressed out, taking yourself away from the situation and bringing yourself present so that you can come back and work in a more productive and joyful respect. So I wanted to encourage you with that today. And Sammy's still staying here. I'm sure that he has missed working with his people a lot. I know he has. So have a great day. Do some grounding. Practice some breathing. Do some square breathing. Also, I was going to tell you guys, there's a great app, and it's called Tactical Breather. And it's wonderful. It's very simple. It talks you through breathing. So it's called Tactical Breather. And I have a Samsung, so it's in Google Store. It's probably, I don't know if it's an Apple Store, but you can look that up. I'm sure there's other breathing apps too, but that one's a great one. That's one that a therapist told me about. So, all right, we'll see you guys next time.